Tangent Trilogy Part 3, which is based upon tangents on ellipse and hyperbola. The first two parts consisted of tangents to circle and tangents to parabola. You can click on the I button over this side to get the links of those videos. The series brought to you consists of three parts, and we are at the end part of the series, and I have tried to keep each of the parts independent from each other, so that if you want to learn any particular part or revise any particular part, you can open that and just revise it without any issue. The level increases very steadily and you won't find too much problem in grasping the concepts, as I have tried my level best to explain the concepts in multiple ways, so that if you don't get way 1, you will understand way 2 and you will use your own intuition to get a better grip on the topic. So without any further ado, let's begin our topic of discussion today. Let us see the method 1 of finding the equation of a tangent to an ellipse. We have a line y equals to mx plus c and the curve, which is the ellipse, x square by s square plus y square by b square equals to 1. We want to get a condition such that this line is a tangent to the ellipse. Okay. So what can we do? So first let us judge that what we know. We know that for tangency they should have one point in common. Therefore, this equation and this equation should get solved and bring us a single point. So let us try to solve it. How will we solve it? We will do a simple substitution of using this y in this expression. So this becomes x square by a square plus mx plus c whole square by b square equals to 1. So this becomes b square x square plus a square into mx plus c whole square equals to a square b square. So this becomes plus a square into m square x square plus 2mcx plus c square minus a square b square equals to 0. Now this is the quadratic in x, so let us write it in a standard form. The coefficient of x square are a square m square plus b square plus 2a square m c into x plus a square c square minus a square b square equals to 0. So this is the quadratic in x. Now what condition can we use? We know that x should give a single value. Therefore, the discriminant of this equation should be 0. Correct. So what is the discriminant of this equation? This is b, this is a and this is c. B square minus 4ac equals to 0. Therefore, 2a square mc whole square minus 4 into a square m square plus b square into a square c square minus a square b square equals to 0. This becomes 4a power 4 m square c square minus 4 a power 4 m square c square minus a power 4 b square m square plus a square b square c square, because we are multiplying this with this, minus a square b power 4, this into this, equals to 0. 4 and 4 we can cancel. So this becomes a power 4 m square c square minus a power 4 m square c square plus a power 4 b square m square minus a square b square c square plus a square b power 4 equals to 0. This term and this term cancel out. We can take a square b square common from this, right? So this becomes a square m square minus c square plus b square equals to 0. Therefore, a square m square plus b square equals to c square. Now what is c then? C equals to plus minus under root of a square m square plus b square. This is a very important condition when we are studying tangents to an ellipse. Now what does this condition give us? This condition gives us a very important idea that if this is your ellipse, x square by a square plus y square by b square equals to 1, then y equals to mx plus minus under root of a square m square plus b square is a natural tangent to this ellipse, and this is also called the equation in slope format, because the equation involves the use of m, which is the slope of the line. A square and b square are the constants we received from the equation of the ellipse. This is the equation in slope format, and this is the first method I began with because there was no use of calculus in this method. What this method used was the basic knowledge of quadratic equation, which you already know. So you must be confident that yes, even if I am not so comfortable with calculus, still I can manage and learn calculus gradually and therefore grasp the concepts easily. You must not fear the topic. If you are not being able to solve it at the moment currently, then gradually you will develop that skill that you will be able to solve. And this method, I hope that even if you are not so comfortable with calculus, this method was quite intuitive to you and you have understood the concept really well. So now let us look at method 2, which involves the use of calculus, because calculus is inevitable if we are studying tangents and normals, right? We also know this. So let us see method 2. This is method 2. What are we given? This is your ellipse, x square by a square plus y square by b square equals to 1. We have a point on it P, the coordinates are x1 and y1, and we need to find the equation of the tangent. To find the equation of any line, we require two conditions. Here we have the point, and what we are missing is the slope. Let us find the slope and then we can find the equation of the tangent, right? What is the slope? Dy by dx actually gives us the slope at any point in a curve. Okay. So let us differentiate this equation with respect to x. This becomes 2x by a square plus, using chain rule, 2y by b square dy by dx equals to 0. If you cancel 2 and 2, this becomes dy by dx equals to minus of b square by a square into x by y, because this thing goes here and then we cross multiply and this is your dy by dx. Okay. Therefore, at x1 y1, dy by dx equals to minus b square by a square x1 by y1, correct? This is the slope in terms of x1 and y1. We have the points x1 and y1. So what are we waiting? What are you waiting? We can find the equation of the tangent easily. If you want, then pause the video and find the equation of the tangent. Now let me proceed with the equation of the tangent. The equation should be, we have the point x1 and y1 and the slope minus b square by a square x1 by y1. So the equation should be y minus y1 equals to minus b square by a square x1 by y1, that is m, into x minus x1, because if the slope is m and the point is x1 comma y1, the equation of the line is y minus y1 equals to m into x minus x1, right? Now let me simplify this equation, because if you simplify this equation, then you will find the result you want. So this becomes, let us multiply this y1 over this side, y1 minus y1 square by, bring this b square down over here. See, you can solve this question in your way also, but I am doing the thing such that to minimize the steps, okay, so that you don't find it very lengthy. Otherwise, you might think that why I will bring this y square, this b square over here directly. You will understand why. But if you are not understanding, do it your way. You will maybe require 5-6 lines extra, but you will go to the same end point. And this is x1 minus x1 square by a square. And we have a minus as well. So this becomes y1 by b square minus y1 square by b square equals to minus x1 by a square plus x1 square by a square. Okay, bring this to this and send this to that side. x1 by a square plus y1 by b square equals to x1 square by a square plus y1 square by b square. As the equation of the ellipse was x square by a square plus y square by b square equals to 1, right, and x1 y1 satisfied the curve. Therefore, x1 square by a square plus y1 square by b square minus 1 equals to 0. We bring the 1 to this side, so this should be 0, as x1 y1 lies over it, therefore it satisfies the curve. Similarly, we subtract minus 1 from both the sides. X1 by a square plus y1 by b square minus 1 equals to x1 square by a square plus y1 square by b square minus 1, and this is equals to 0. Therefore, x1 by a square plus y1 by b square minus 1 equals to 0, or t equals to 0, where t is x1 by a square plus y1 by b square minus 1. This is a standard result which we have also derived in the earlier parts of the tangent video in regarding circle and parabola, and again we are doing it in case of ellipse. The same thing will hold true for hyperbola. Now, what is the key observation from this thing? Let me sum it down, that what is the key observation? Why is this result so important? Actually, you had x square by a square plus y square by b square equals to 1. You had a point on it, x1 y1. The important thing is that this should lie on this. This is very important. If it doesn't lie, then this technique wouldn't work. If this point lies on this curve, then if you transform x squared to x into x1, y squared to y into y1, x will be converted to x plus x1 by 2 and y to y plus y1 by 2. And another important key transformation is xy transforms to xy1 plus x1y by 2. This isn't much used, but these four are used repetitively, and this makes your sum very easy to solve. Okay, so this important transformation is what you need to keep in mind regarding your equation of tangent, chord of contact, or whatever. This transformation is very important if you are studying conic sections. A question in a paper in JEE, actually nearly 99% will not have the chance that you are not getting to use these 4 transformations. You will have to use anywhere around, because these are very important, and if you don't use this transformation, your question will actually take more time. And what we need to do, we need to steal minutes from hours and save our time. So these 4 transformations are very important. Now let us see the third form of tangent, where we will use it as a question, and this is our technique to solve it, and the result is another result which we should keep in mind. That is the third form of tangent, known as the parametric form. Let us see. The third form is the parametric form. Now, from parametric form, what we understand, that if this is your ellipse, x square by a square plus y square by b square equals to 1, and we have a point P on it, if we have theta as a parameter, then we can represent any point on it as a cos theta and b sin theta, because this point actually satisfies this curve. So they are known as the parametric point. We had that for in case of parabola also, where we had the parametric point as 80 square comma 280 or 280 comma 80 square, right? So this parametric point is very important. So you need to find the equation of a tangent which passes through this point P. How do we do? Should we take a long step, a long method? No, we just learned the important transformation, and it will work here because point P lies on the curve. So let me write the equation of the ellipse first. X square by a square plus y square by b square equals to 1. Now make this thing into the equation of a tangent. X square x1, y square y1, x plus x1 by 2, which won't be used here, but still you should keep in mind, y plus y1 by 2. So x into x1, what is x1? A cos theta, by a square plus y into y1, what is y1? B sin theta, by b square equals to 1. Cancel this a, cancel this b, this becomes x cos theta by a plus y sin theta by b equals to 1. And what is this? This is actually a question as well as a result to keep in mind. This is your equation of tangent in parametric form. Another important result which is derived using the previous result. So you can see that this result is very important, and you can forget many things in this entire topic, but this is something you shouldn't forget, right? Now let us move ahead. So we have a question in front of us, a very simple question, but this will actually deepen our understanding of the concepts we just now learned. The question says find the tangent, that is the equation of the tangent at 4,3 on this ellipse. First we need to check that whether this point lies on the curve or not. If this point lies on the curve, our work is just very easy. But this is very important that you should check whether the point lies on the curve or not. This checking is very important, otherwise you will get the question wrong. I will show you another example. Okay, first let us solve this. That does it lie? So let us check. 9, this is the LHS. Okay, 9 into 4 square plus 16 into 3 square. This is 9 into 16 plus 16 into 9. So this is actually 2 into 9 into 16. This is 2 into 144, which is equal to 288, which is equals to RHS. Therefore we can say that this point 4,3 lies on this. Now our work is very simple. If you want, you can pause the video and give it a try. Let me solve it. Therefore 9 into x1. What is x1? 4. Again I am writing x square xx1, y square yy1, x plus x1 by 2, y plus y1 by 2, xy xy1 plus x1y by 2. Okay, very simple. 9x into x1 plus 16y into y1 equals to 288. This becomes 36x plus 48y equals to 288 equals to, we can cancel it by 12. 3x plus 4y equals to 12 to the 24, and 4 goes here 4. Therefore 12 24s are 288. Thus we can say that 3x plus 4y equals to 24 is the equation of tangent at 4,3 on 9x square plus 16y square equals to 288. Now I will also show you a graphical representation of this in the animation ahead. I hope that graphical visualization helped you understand the concept well. Actually it was nothing, just a computerized plotting of the question we just now solved in the board. Now let us move into another important subtopic, that is point of contact. What is point of contact? If suppose this is your curve and this is your tangent, then this point P is actually your point of contact. Okay. So what are the ways we can find this point of contact? Suppose you have the ellipse x square by a square plus y square by b square equals to 1, and the equation of the tangent, what did we derive? Y equals to mx plus minus under root a square m square plus b square, correct? So now how can we solve it? We can solve both these equations and we will get a point which is the point of contact. That is the easiest way, not the easiest way, that is actually the most intuitive way, means anyone can think of that way. But let us see a different method. Why we are seeing a different method? Because to develop a new thinking which we might require in the examination hall, and this type of thinkings are very important. We need to, suppose this is point A and this is point B. In the exam they have asked you to go to point B from point A. You shouldn't only know this one straight line path. You sometimes have to go like this also, sometimes like this also, or sometimes like this also. You may not know that what you have to use. For that, what you need to do is, while you are deriving things, you need to look into different methods if available, within our scope of understanding, and here we have such a way. What is that? What is the equation of the tangent to this ellipse in parametric form? X cos theta by A plus y sin theta by B equals to 1, and this equation is also the equation of tangent, this equation is also the equation of the tangent. So what if we compare both the equations? Both the equations are same, right? So first let us bring this equation to this format, that y equals to something plus something, okay, that format. How do we do that? Bx cos theta plus ay sin theta equals to ab. So this becomes ay sin theta equals to minus of bx cos theta plus ab, and this becomes y equals to minus bx cos theta by a sin theta plus ap by a sin theta. So this becomes y equals to minus of b by a tan theta in the denominator, because this is cot theta, into x plus b by sin theta. This is y and this is y. Okay. So if this side is y, this side is y, therefore we can compare both the equations, right? The coefficient of x over here is minus b by a tan theta, and the coefficient over here is m. Therefore m equals to minus b by a tan theta, correct? And another thing what we can get is that from this thing, that b by sin theta equals to this thing equals to plus minus under root a square m square plus b square. We are comparing both the equations as both these equations are same. Okay. So from here we can get sin theta equals to plus minus b by under root a square m square plus b square. Okay. Sin theta goes here, this term comes down, this becomes sin theta equals to plus minus b by under root a square m square plus b square. Okay. From here what you can get is that tan theta equals to minus am by b. Okay. So now let us do some more observation and more some calculation. Okay. Actually, why we are solving so many things and why we took that parametric equation, do you understand now? Because we already know that this point P is a cos theta comma b sin theta, and we wrote the equation in the parametric format, a x cos theta by a plus y sin theta by b equals to 1, and we compare this and this, because we know that this point lies on the curve and this point is brought using this. So what do we need? We just need the value of cos theta, because we have the value of sin theta. Therefore we know what is b sin theta. Just what we need to know is a cos theta. How do we do that? Sin theta equals to that. If you have the sin theta, I think you can derive what is cos theta. Sin theta is this. Therefore let us take this as b, and this is a square m square plus b square. So what is this side? This side is actually, suppose this is lambda, a square plus b square, then using Pythagoras theorem, hypotenuse square equals to base square plus perpendicular square. Hypotenuse square equals to perpendicular square plus base square. Okay. So this is a square m square plus b square equals to b square plus lambda square. B square gets cancelled. Lambda equals to am. Therefore this base, this is b, this is a square m square plus b square, and this is am. Correct. Now we have solved the mysterious triangle, not so mysterious, right? What is now cos theta? Cos theta is am by under root of a square m square plus b square. Okay. Now what sign do cos theta have? Because sin theta there is plus and minus, and tan theta is negative, we have a negative sign. Therefore sin and cos must have different sign when we take a pair. If sin theta equals to plus minus of b by under root a square m square plus b square, then cos theta should be minus plus am by under root a square m square plus b square. They should change sign, that when sign is plus, cos is negative, when sign is negative, cos is plus. Okay. So what are the point of contact then? Very simple, right? Because we already don't know the point of contact. We were just finding the relation between theta and m, a, b like this. Okay. What we knew was P was a cos theta, comma b sin theta. Correct. So point P is a cos theta, a into this minus plus a square m by under root a square m square plus b square, comma b sin theta, b plus minus b square by under root a square m square plus b square. Or you can write this also as, if you interchange the minus sign for to make it easy to remember, a square m by under root of a square m square plus b square, comma minus plus of b square by under root of a square m square plus b square. This is your final result, which you should keep in mind, because this sometimes comes handy. But if you don't remember, no worries, because if you know how to derive things, then things isn't of much problem. But yes, of course you will require little bit of extra time. Now to make it to make it more easy to remember, what we do is that we write it as a square m by c and b square by c, and the signs as well, minus plus minus and minus plus, where c equals to under root a square m square plus b square, because we already knew this relation when y equals to mx plus c and this line was same. Okay. So this is our point of contact. I hope that this portion was very clear to you. Let me summarize the thing in brief. What we did is that we didn't solve this equation and this equation, rather we had this equation of tangent for which we had this point of contact. So what we did just to relate these two equations and find the relation between theta, m, a, b, so that we can replace the theta over here, a cos theta and b sin theta, and get a point in this format of our required format, because theta won't be given to you. What you will be given with is m, a and b. If you put those, you have your point of contact. Let's move ahead. The cases we have learned till now were the equation of tangent on a point which lied on the curve itself. That is, if we had the ellipse like this and if we have the point P, the point P used to lie on the curve itself. So either we were using this transformation or we were using the parametric form, or whatever form we were using, the main condition was that the point was on the curve. But the case now is that we need to draw tangent from a point which doesn't lie on the curve. Suppose this point R, this does not lie on the curve, but we can draw tangents from here, right? Suppose you can draw one tangent like this and the other tangent like this. So how can we frame the equation of these tangents? See, there is nothing new, but just we need to work in a different manner. What we need to do is that, first of all, let us write, forget about this point R. First of all, let us write any equation of tangent, that is equation of natural tangent to this ellipse. Suppose this ellipse is x square by a square plus y square by b square equals to 1. So we need to write a natural tangent. What is that? Y equals to mx plus minus root under a square m square plus b square, right? This is the natural tangent. Now what is the extra condition we have? We already have this a, b, we have, right? And what we need to find? We need to find this m. So for that, what do we need? We need y and x. Then we can easily evaluate m. And do we have x and y? Yes, because we are given a point R through which the tangents pass, right? So if we have a point R through which the tangent passes, then we can put that point R into this equation and solve out the values of m. However, after solving the value of m and making the new after making the new equation, just give it a small check that does it surely pass through this point, because there are sometimes a little bit deviation. So at the end you should check your answer. I will show you what I am telling and what I mean, but I think you got the process. That first write the equation of natural tangent, make them satisfy this value of point, the external point, get the value of m and frame the equation. So now let us solve one question and get the real hand experience of whatever theory or whatever idea I have discussed with you. Suppose we are given this question that find the equation of the tangents drawn from the point 2, 3 to the ellipse 9x square plus 6y square equals to 144. So suppose you are solving this question in the examination hall, what will be the first step which you will do? The first step you should do is that check if this point lies on the ellipse or not. If this point lies on the ellipse, the thing goes to this side, x square to xx1 and the following transformations. Okay. And if it doesn't lie on the ellipse, then you just see what we will do now. This will not lie on the ellipse, just check it. LHS equals to 9 into 2 square plus 16 into 3 square. This is 9 into 4 plus 16 into 9. Okay. This is 36 plus this is 144. So this thing is exceeding 144, thus not equals to RHS. Okay. So this point doesn't lie on the curve. This point lies somewhere outside. Can we plot this ellipse for just a rough idea? If we write this, this becomes x square by 16 plus y square by 9 equals to 1. Thus, we will have somewhat a ellipse like this. Okay. And this endpoints will be 4, 0. This is minus 4, 0, 0, 3 and this is 0, minus 3. Okay. Now, this 2, 3 does not lie on the curve. So, it cannot lie inside the curve as well, because from inside the curve you cannot draw any tangent, right? So, this point must lie somewhere outside, somewhere over here. Okay, somewhere over here. And what is the point actually? It is 2, 3. So, this level will be same, 2, 3. Maybe somewhere here inside, because this is 4. So, this is suppose your 2 and this is your 3. Okay. So, this is your 2, 3, this point. Just for a rough idea. Okay. Now, let us solve the question. Let the equation of the ellipse be y equals to mx plus minus under root a square m square plus b square. Okay. Therefore, y equals to mx plus minus under root, what is a square? 16. 16 m square plus, what is b square? B square is 9. Okay. This line should satisfy 2, 3. So, input 2, 3 in this. This becomes 3 equals to 2m plus minus under root 16 m square plus 9. Now, just solve this. 3 minus 2m whole square equals to 16 m square plus 9, right? This becomes 9 plus 4m square minus 12m equals to 16m square plus 9. 9 and 9 gets cancelled. So, this becomes 12m square equals to 12m. Okay. 12m square equals to minus 12m. 12 and 12 gets cancelled. M square plus m equals to 0. So, this is m into m plus 1 equals to 0. Correct. From this we get m equals to 0 or m equals to minus 1. Now, using this m equals to 0 and m equals to minus 1, write all the equations which are possible. Suppose m equals to 0, what are the equations? This part becomes 0, this part becomes 16 plus 9, that is your 16 plus 9 is 25 and under root of that is your 5, correct. So, y will be plus minus 5, sorry, not plus minus 5. If you put m equals to 0, this becomes 0 and this also becomes 0, right. So, let us write once 0 into x plus minus under root a square into 0 plus b square. So, this is plus minus b and what is this? Plus minus 3, y equals to plus minus 3. So, from m equals to 0 we have y equals to plus minus 3. Now, m equals to minus 1, what do we have? Y equals to minus x plus minus under root 16 into minus 1 whole square is 16 plus 9 25, y equals to minus x plus minus 5. We have these two equations. Okay. Now, erase this part. Up till here it is fine, I guess. If not, just rewind and see, and I hope the thing will be clear. Now we have y equals to plus and minus 3. If in this rough figure, if we just draw a little bit enlarged version of this was your 3 and here was your point 2 comma 3, this was 4 comma 0, this is 0 comma 3. Y equals to minus 3 is this line. Do you think this line passes through this point? Never. Y equals to minus 3 will never pass through 2 comma 3 because this point does not satisfy this line, correct? Now let us, and y equals to 3, does this satisfy? Of course it satisfies. Therefore this is a tangent, and we can also see that yes, y equals to 3 is a tangent to this ellipse. Y equals to minus 3 is also a tangent to this ellipse, but it does not pass through 2 comma 3, so it does not satisfy our condition. Next point, let us check for y equals to minus x plus 5. Insert 2 comma 3. 3 equals to minus 2 plus 5. 3 equals to 3. Yes, therefore this line works. Let us check for this minus x minus 5 because plus minus is there. Once we took plus, once we are taking minus. Insert 2 comma 3. So this side is your 3. This side is minus 2 minus 5 minus 7, and this side 3. 3 is not equal to minus 7. Therefore this line is not a tangent which passes through 2 comma 3. This is a tangent, but it does not pass through 2 comma 3. So this and this satisfies our final condition, which is y equals to 3 and y equals to minus x plus 5. Okay, so these two are our final answer, and here you can see the graphical visualization of what I was telling so far with exact computerized plotting. Based on the first format, that is the natural tangent over an ellipse, we have a very simple question which was asked in the IIT JEE 1998 paper. So you can see that simple questions are also being asked and were also asked in the IIT JEE exam, but they just approach the thing little bit differently. The question says the number of values of c such that the straight line y equals to 4x plus c touches, this is the key word, touches the curve x square by 4 plus y square equals to 1 is. So this line y equals to 4x plus c should touch x square by 4 plus y square by 1 equals to 1. Thus this line is actually a tangent to this curve. Tangent. Now if you just recall your first format, this question is just a cakewalk. What was the first format? Y equals to mx plus minus under root a square m square plus b square. Insert the value of a square and b square. Mx plus minus under root, okay, a square is 4, m square plus 1. This is our equation of tangent, and we are given that y equals to 4x plus c is the tangent. So these two lines must be same. If you compare m equals to 4 directly, because this side y, x, coefficient of xm, coefficient of x4, m equals to 4, direct comparison, we get the value of m. Therefore c equals to plus minus under root 4m square plus 1, c equals to plus minus under root 16 plus 1 equals to plus minus under root 17. Therefore c equals to under root 17 as well as c equals to minus of under root 17. What we can see is that c has two values, thus the option is option B. What we did, written the natural tangent and understood that the question is asking for tangent, because in a list of 30 questions you may forget that this is a question based upon tangent. Now it is very clear to you because you are watching a video of tangent, I am discussing about tangent, so the question is obviously based upon tangent. In the examination all, you just need to check that what is the question asking for, and if you know that, the solution is very clear in front of you. This was the question of IIT JEE 1998. Let's see what's ahead. So as we witnessed a question of IIT JEE 1998 quite long back, right? We are also going to witness a question of JEE Mains 2019, a very fresh question, right? Let us see what is the question trend now. The question says, if the tangents on the ellipse 4x square plus y square equals to 8 at the point 1, 2 and 4 and a, b are perpendicular to each other, then find the value of a square. So the question indirectly says us that 1, 2 and a, b lie on the ellipse, and you can verify it for 1, 2, right? 1, 2 means just to check these both points will behave similarly. So if 1, 2 lies on the curve, the other one will also lie. It already lies, but if you still want a verification, you can check. 4 into 1 square plus 2 square equals to 8. RH is also 8. Thus this point lies on the curve, and so does a, b. This is a very important condition. Are perpendicular, another key point, to each other, find the value of a square. So what is the ellipse? 4x square plus y square equals to 8. This becomes x square by 2 plus y square by 8 equals to 1. Okay. Now, as they have told that 1, 2 lies on the curve and a, b lies on the curve. So what we are going to do is write both the equation of the tangents, find out the slopes, multiply them, equate them to -1, take the help of another extra condition and find the value of a square. Very simple algorithm, just see how things go. First, let us use the condition that a, b lies on the curve. Therefore, 4a square plus b square equals to 8 as a, b lie on the curve. This is one important result. Find out. And we need to find another the relation between a and b, and the work is done. So, write the equation from the point 1, 2. What does this become? 4x into 1 plus y into 2 equals to 8. This is 4x plus 2y equals to 8. So this is actually 2x plus y equals to 4. Y equals to minus 2x plus 4. Therefore, slope 1, m1 equals to minus 2. Okay. The other slope, 4x into a plus y into b equals to 8. Therefore, by equals to minus 4ax plus 8, y equals to minus 4a by b, x plus 8 by b. m2 is clearly minus 4a by b. Therefore, minus 2 into minus 4a by b equals to minus 1, as the product of the slope should be minus 1, as because the lines are perpendicular. Minus minus plus 8a equals to b. Insert this over here. 4a square plus, in place of b square, put 8a whole square equals to 8. 4a square plus 64a square equals to 8. 68a square equals to 8. A square equals to 8 by 68. Therefore, a square equals to 4 2s are by 4 17s are. A square is 2 by 17. That is option number D. So you saw how we did. We wrote both the equations. From that we got the slope, multiplied them, equated through minus 1. Find another relation using this point over this curve. Solve both the equations, get the answer. So you can see that how this basic concept was also used, and how the concept of tangent over ellipse was also used. So this was quite a good question, and a question to practice. Right, this is a good practice question. This will clear a few of your concept and also show you the importance of this transformation, x square to xx1 and y square to yy1, x to x1 plus x1 by 2, y to y1 plus y1 by 2. So let's move ahead. So regarding our ellipse portion, this is the last question in this video. Next we will begin with the hyperbola portion. So if you are practicing questions of tangent, or if you are learning tangent, and if you have not ever come across this topic of common tangent, then your practice is quite incomplete, because common tangent is one of the most popular categories of questions which are asked in the subtopic of tangent. Common tangent is a must to know and very simple. And why common tangent are important, you know, because if they ask you a question of tangent regarding ellipse, they will only get to know that okay, you have read about ellipse. If they ask you about parabola, they will know that yes, you know parabola. Circle, okay, circle. Hyperbola, okay, hyperbola. But if they ask you a common tangent question, they can actually mix parabola ellipse, parabola hyperbola, parabola circle, ellipse circle, any combination they can make. They can even put 3 parabola ellipse circle. anything they can make. With this they can check your double concept at a single time. So common tangent are always one of the most favorite categories of question asked by the examiners, and we need to be aware of the pattern, and it's quite simple. If you see, what is the question? Find the question of the common tangent in first quadrant to the circle x square plus y square equals to 16. First quadrant was important. And the ellipse, circle and ellipse, see the combination, circle, ellipse. This also find the length of the intercept between the coordinate axis. This is a secondary question. If you are able to solve the first part, the second part is a cakewalk to you. Let us solve the first part nicely, then we will also solve the second part. So the question gives us the information that the tangent should be in the first quadrant and to both this circle and the ellipse. Okay. So this circle is actually x square plus y square equals to 16. Therefore this is something like this, of radius 4, and this ellipse is something x square by 25 plus y square by 4 equals to 1. Therefore this is something like this, 5, this is 2. So the circle was 4, right? So it will be something like this. The figure is something like this. If this was your circle and this is your ellipse. So they are asking a common tangent in the first quadrant. So the common tangent can be like this only. Okay. This diagram helps us a lot. Huge help you will get. First thing to notice is that the line is like this slant. This means that the slope of the line is negative, because if a line makes this kind of angle alpha, where alpha is an acute angle, the result will be positive, tan theta, tan alpha, which is, this will be positive. But if your line is like this and this is your alpha, tan alpha will be negative, and tan alpha equals to m. Therefore from this diagram we can see that the equation of the tangent which we will get will have a negative slope. First point we got. Okay. Now what do we need to do? Write equation of tangent for both the curve and then compare them. So for x square plus y square equals to 16, what is the equation? Y equals to mx plus minus a into under root 1 plus m square. And this is why you need to study all the parts of tangent, circle, parabola, ellipse, hyperbola. If you have studied circle, if not, go to the I button, you will get the video. If you have studied circle, you know this very well. Y equals to mx plus minus 4 into under root 1 plus m square. This is your equation, y equals to mx plus minus 4 into under root 1 plus m square. Very good. Now let us write the equation for the ellipse. Ellipse is x square by 25 plus y square by 4 equals to 1. Therefore y equals to mx plus minus under root 25 m square plus 4. Very good. Y equals to mx plus minus under root 25 m square plus 4. Good. Let us solve now. Both these lines are same, therefore this part are same. Therefore the constant should also be same. Therefore plus minus 4 under root 1 plus m square equals to under root 25 m square plus 4. Square both the sides. 16 plus 16 m square equals to 25 m square plus 4, right? 9 m square equals to 12. 3 3 3 4. M square equals to under root 4 by 3 equals to 2 by under root 3. M equals to plus minus 2 by under root 3. If you wouldn't have noticed this thing, you would have been confused at this point, and that is why this is a question asked in the joint exam. They want to confuse you, but if you are clear with your concept, there is no confusion. Therefore we select the value of m equals to minus under root 2 by 3. Very clear. M equals to minus under root 2 by 3. Very good. 40% of the question is already done. Now put this value of m in any one of the equation. So I like the first one because it seems little bit simpler. Let me put it over there. Y equals to, this becomes minus 2 by root 3 x plus minus 4 into under root 1 plus m square. M square is what? This is not under root 2 by 3, this is 2 by under root 3, because m was under root 4 by 3 na? So 2 by under root 3. Okay, correct this part. 2 by under root 3. Okay, this part we have received. Now insert, this becomes 4 by 3 So this is minus 2 by under root 3x plus minus 4 under root 7 by 3. Now bring this x and y together. 2 by under root 3x plus y equals to plus minus 4 under root 7 by 3. Now these two are the equation of your tangent, suppose, but we need only one. Find the equation, not equations, in the first quadrant. Which one will give up the first quadrant? What do you think? If this x is negative, will it give? Then it will become something like this: x by negative a plus y by negative b equals to 1. And if a and b are negative positive, then this equation will give a tangent like this. So we do not want like this, we want a tangent like this. For that, the slope this constant part should be positive, right? Because from the intercept form you know that x by a plus y by b equals to 1, then a and b, this is b and this is a, both are positive. Okay, so the final equation which we are accepting is 2x by root 3 plus y equals to 4 under root 7 by 3. Okay. Now, okay, the first part of the question is done. This is your answer. Very good. Now, find the length of the intercept between the coordinate axis. What is that? So, for that, what do we need to do? If you divide it, this becomes x by 2 root 7 plus y by 4 root 7 by 3 equals to 1, right? You got it, no? The root 3 cancel, and this 2 and 2 cancel, 2 root 7 and y by 4 under root 7 by 3. Okay, means this under root is over this also, means like this. Okay, so the tangent is somewhat like this: 2 root 7 comma 0, 0 comma 4 under root 7 by 3. What is the length? Length equals to under root 2 root 7 minus 0 whole square plus 0 minus 4 under root 7 by 3 whole square. L equals to under root, this becomes your 2 2s are 4 and 4 7s are 28 plus this becomes 16 into 7 by 3. So this is 112 by 3. 28 3, 3 is 24, 2 3 is 6 7 8, 84, 112 and 84 6. This is L equals to under root 196 by 3. Okay. So what we see is that L equals to under root 196 by 3. Therefore, L equals to 14 by root 3. L equals to 14 root 3 by 3. This is your final answer. Sorry for the untidy work, but the work space is less. That's why kindly bear with it. So we got the equation of the tangent, which was written over here: 2x by root 3 plus y equals to 4 under root 7 by 3. This is your equation of tangent, and this is the length. These are your answer. And this is how you have solved one of the best question regarding this topic. Now let us move to the hyperbola part, which is even easier than this and smaller than this, because I have explained the concepts from the beginning of the video in a very steady way. So I will not repeat the exact concepts again and again. I will make the thing a little bit compact. I hope it wouldn't be a problem if you have watched the entire video up till here. Let's see what's ahead. So here we are with the part on tangents on hyperbola. In this we will discuss slope form, point form, parametric form, point of contact, common tangent and tangent from external point. But we won't discuss it from the very basics, as in the previous part of this video, that is the 50 minutes we have covered till now, I have discussed each of these points from the very basic. So I won't elongate the video any further and discuss the same thing again and again. Just I will show you this one thing, the slope form. I will just derive it again to show you that the things are exactly the same. So if you want to know these things from basic, just skip to the previous part of the video and you will get to know about this all. So now let us begin with the slope form of the tangent on hyperbola. So let us have a look at method number 1 in detail, which says y equals to mx plus c is the tangent to this curve x square by a square minus y square by b square equals to 1. So this means that if we solve these two equations, we should get a single solution. So let us try to solve. Let us write. The first way to solve is using the method of substitution. So this becomes x square by a square minus mx plus c whole square by b square equals to 1, right? Try to break it down. B square x square minus a square into mx plus c whole square equals to a square b square. Okay, so this becomes b square x square minus a square into m square x square plus c square plus 2mcx minus a square b square equals to 0. Correct. So if you try to separate the coefficient of x square, this is b square minus a square m square plus x 2a square mc, correct, and minus of a square c square plus a square b square equals to 0. Let us check. X square b square minus a square m square. Okay, x is your x should be minus na, minus of 2mc a square minus this a square c square minus a square b square, this minus in common. Okay, now discriminant should be 0 as x should have a single value. What is the value of discriminant? 2a square mc whole square minus 4 into b square minus a square m square into minus of a square c square plus a square b square equals to 0. So this minus and this minus will become a plus. So this becomes 4a power 4 m square c square plus 4 into a square b square c square plus a square b power 4 minus a power 4 m square c square minus a power 4 m square b square equals to 0. 4 and 4 cancel out. A power 4 m square c square plus a square b square c square plus a square b power 4 minus a power 4 m square c square minus a power 4 m square b square equals to 0. I would suggest you to solve this along with me. Pause the video anywhere you want, solve it along with me, solve it ahead of me, whatever, but solve it in your own hands, otherwise you won't get the essence. Otherwise this is just a b c d like practicing a b c d. Now take a square b square common, c square plus b square minus a square m square equals to 0. Therefore c square equals to a square m square minus b square. Therefore c equals to plus minus under root a square m square minus b square. This is your very important condition, and this tells us that y equals to mx plus minus under root a square m square minus b square is a natural tangent to this hyperbola x square by a square minus y square by b square equals to 1. This is our method 1, and I have explained in more detail regarding ellipse, but the other methods I won't discuss in this much detail because the video has become a lot lengthy already, so I won't elongate it much now, and I will compact the next derivations as they are already discussed in the ellipse part. So you just rewind and check it if you want to see in detail. Now let us have a look at method 2 and method 3 together, because you already know, if you have seen the ellipse part nicely, that these two are interrelated. So now the case is that this is the hyperbola and point P lies on the hyperbola itself. So we need to find the equation of the tangent. Again we need to use this important transformation. If you want to prove this, I will tell you the way, but I won't prove it again as I have done it in the case of ellipse, parabola, circle. So I won't prove it again. Just rewind and see if you want. I am just telling you the way. Find the slope at point P, that is using dy by dx at point x1 y1, and then use this y minus y1 equals to m into x minus x1. Rearrange this, and what you will find is that ultimately these transformations does hold in case of hyperbola as well. So these transformations are very important. So now suppose this hyperbola, let me write the equation x square minus a square y square minus b square equals to 1. So what will be the equation of the tangent? X x1 by a square minus y y1 by b square equals to 1. Just simple as that. That is your equation of tangent. If and only if point P lies on the curve. This point is very important. I can't emphasize it more. This is so important. Now, if you consider these points a sec theta and b tan theta as they lie on the curve, the equation which you will get is your parametric form. Simple. So x into a sec theta by a square minus y into b tan theta by b square equals to 1. This boils down to x sec theta by a minus y tan theta by b equals to 1. Correct. So this is your method 2 and method 3 together. Now let us see what's ahead. Now this is your point of contact of this tangent, this natural equation of tangent with this hyperbola is this point P, plus minus a square m by root under a square m square minus b square, and same plus minus b square by under root a square m square minus b square. Okay. So now why I am not deriving this? Because I have derived it in the ellipse part. How you can derive this is that one way, solve these two equations and you will get this point. Second way, write the equation of tangent in parametric form, okay, which is x sec theta by a minus y tan theta by b equals to 1. Therefore, this equation and this equation are the same thing, as both are tangents. Now compare them and eliminate theta from the equation and you will get this. This is the method which I have used in case of the ellipse as well. You remember it, right? So now let us solve a question to get a better understanding. So this is the question. This question is based upon the slope format, because you can easily see that find the equation of the tangent to this hyperbola parallel to this. Therefore, the slope of the hyperbola must be equal to the slope of this line. You can pause the video and give it a try. Now let us solve. Let us solve this quickly. So 2y equals to 3x. Okay. Therefore, y equals to 3 by 2x. Therefore, slope of this line, that is m, equals to 3 by 2. This is the slope. Okay, just be quick. We have to be quick in the question. So let us understand this also quickly. And we have the hyperbola x square by 25 minus y square by 36 equals to 1. So let us write the natural tangent. Y equals to mx plus minus under root a square m square minus b square. Okay. So this becomes y equals to mx plus minus under root a square is 25. Therefore 25 m square minus 36, and m is 3 by 2. Just input it. Y equals to 3 by 2x plus minus under root 25 into 9 by 4 minus 36. This is y equals to 3 by 2x, 25, 9 and minus this 144 brings 81. So this is 81 by 4. Therefore, y equals to 3x by 2 plus minus 9 by 2. This gives us 2y equals to 3x plus minus 9. This is your equation of tangent parallel to this line. You can see y equals to 3 by 2x if you divide by 2. Therefore, the slope of this and this are equal, and this is the equation of tangent. This is how quickly you have to solve. You need not write this step also. When you are a little bit practice, eliminate this step, directly insert this step into this, write it directly, and you will save some time. But do it correctly. Do step jumps only when you have practiced a lot of questions by writing the steps. The question says find the equation of the tangent to this conic x square minus y square minus 8x plus 2y plus 11 equals to 0 at 2, 1. So what is this? This is basically a hyperbola. You can see and understand from this x square minus y square part. Or suppose I am telling you something extra. Okay. Suppose you have the equation ax square plus by square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus 2hxy plus c equals to 0. I am telling this stuff for the IIT JEE advanced type of questions. Okay, you won't need such so much depth in JEE Mains, I guess. So now, to understand whether this is a general equation of a second degree curve. Okay. Now to understand whether this general second degree curve is of circle or parabola or hyperbola or ellipse, what we can do is, if it is a circle, then a equals to b and h equals to 0. If it is a parabola, then h square minus ab equals to 0. If it is an ellipse, the condition is h square minus ab is less than 0, and if it is an hyperbola, a hyperbola, then the condition is h square minus ab should be greater than 0. This is just like that condition that e is less than 1 and e is more than 1. Why I am explaining you this is that suppose you are given like this as conic inside the examination hall. If you are not sure that which category of conic it is, you won't be able to solve the question easily. Okay, now let us see then. Now let us use this. Here h equals to 0 because xy term is not here. A equals to 1, b equals to minus 1. Therefore, h square minus ab, find it out. 0 minus 1 into minus 1, this is 1. 1 is more than 0. What is the condition? H square minus ab should be more than 0. Therefore, this is a hyperbola. Correct. This is something extra which I found useful in some of the best questions which were framed. So, just felt to share it with you as well. I hope that this extra part will also be of some use to you in any point of time. Now, let us move to the question. If you did not understand this, you may skip this part. Not so important, just some extra tips. Now we know that this is a hyperbola. We need to check that whether this point lies on the curve or not. If it lies, the work is very easy. Let us check LHS. X square 2 square minus y square, that is 1 square, minus 8 into 2 plus 2 into 1 plus 11. This is 4 minus 1 minus 16 plus 2 plus 11. This is 3 minus 16 plus 13. This is minus 13 plus 13. This is 0 equals to RHS. Therefore, 2, 1 lies on this curve. So, what is our approach? Very simple approach of transformation. Correct. X square will transform to x x1, y square will transform to y y1, x will transform to x plus x1 by 2, and y will transform to y plus y1 by 2. This is the first question I think in this video where you will see this transformation coming into picture. That's why I chose this question to explain. X into x1 minus y into y1 minus 8 into x plus x1 by 2 plus 2 into y plus y1 by 2 plus 11 equals to 0. This is 2x minus y minus 4 into x plus 2 plus y plus 1 plus 11 equals to 0. 2x minus y minus 4x minus 8 plus y plus 12 equals to 0. This will becomes minus 2x, y and y gets cancelled, this is used, plus 4 equals to 0. This is your x equals to 2 answer. Therefore, x equals to 2 is the tangent to this curve at this point. I hope this was clear. Now, let us move to the last question of our this entire video. If you are watching till now, you really have a good amount of patience and you will understand the concept really well. I hope so that these videos are really helping you. Well, let's move to the next part. This is the last question of the video, and yes, it's based upon common tangents. We cannot escape the topic of common tangents if we are practicing questions of tangent. I explained you in the Lewis part also why it is so. So, I won't repeat. Now, let's solve the question. Equation of common tangent to parabola y square equals to 2x and hyperbola 3x square minus y square equals to 3. Okay. Now, let us do it quickly. As we have done very slowly the previous question of common tangent, let us bring little bit pace within us. Y square equals to 4 into 2 into x. Therefore, the value of a is actually 2, and for y square equals to 4ax, what we have learned in parabola tangent, that y equals to mx plus a by m is a natural tangent. Therefore, y equals to mx plus 2 by m should be a natural tangent to that parabola. Okay. Now, x square by 1 minus y square by 3 equals to 1. Y equals to mx plus minus under root a square m square minus b square is the natural tangent. Y square equals to mx plus minus under root m square minus 3. Okay. M square minus 3 came. Therefore, y equals to mx, y equals to mx. Therefore, this part and this part should be equal. 2 by m equals to plus minus under root m square minus 3. Now, if you square both the sides, 4 by m square equals to m square minus 3, then this becomes m power 4 minus 3m square minus 4 equals to 0. If you factorize this, this becomes m square minus 4 into m square plus 1 equals to 0. From here we can get that m equals to plus minus 2. Okay. So, the question is actually solved, m equals to plus minus 2. Now, where we will put the simpler form, we will use y equals to mx plus a by m, that is y equals to mx plus 2 by m. For m equals to 2, y equals to mx plus, sorry, not mx, 2x plus 2 by 2 equals to 2x plus 1. The other one, m equals to minus 2, y equals to minus 2x plus 2 by minus 2 equals to y equals to minus 2x minus 1. Therefore, the equation of the tangent is, from here we get 2x minus y plus 1 equals to 0. From here we get 2x plus y plus 1 equals to 0. Therefore, your answer is 2x plus minus y plus 1 equals to 0. This is your equation of common tangents to the parabola and the hyperbola. So with this we bring an end to our this one short video on tangents on ellipse and hyperbola, and I hope that this entire series, this question not only ends our this video but the entire tangent trilogy, which consists of 3 parts, and I really hope that I was able to explain you what was inside me, and I hope that these things make some good use to you, that you can make some good use of the content available to you, and I really think that the things being discussed in this video are quite complete and they will help you face the JEE questions easily. So it's now up to you that you have to increase your speed by solving the JEE questions, and I think that this video can be used as a revision purpose also, because I have covered nearly all the questions, all the type of questions which are means expected to come or have already come in the previous years of this examination. So that's all in this series, and do comment down below your thoughts and any improvement which can be recommended. Do recommend some improvements, because there are always scope for improvements, and that's it. Thank you for holding on till so long. Thank you, and Extra B signing off.